Hey, how's it going, my coffee friends? My name's Tony, and you are watching Faith and Coffee Bean. Hey guys, I am a total coffee nerd in every single way. I've got over 10 espresso machines now, just because I'm a big geek. And guys, I love to do reviews on this. And I just want to say, full disclosure, Neretva was really nice, and they went ahead and sent this out to me for review. And I like getting machines like this because I think it's super important, y'all. Even if you are a complete coffee geek like me, it's really nice to know that there's really dependable machines that are at very well priced. You guys, this is a budget pack, feature pack device. It's super compact. So who is this for? If you have a friend or family member, a college student, you're looking for a really dependable espresso machine to have at your office, you want to share with your coworkers, this would be great. If you're looking for a little espresso machine to put in a study, this is going to be awesome. Guys, this has PID control in there, pre-infusion. This thing looks awesome, stainless steel built. Really, really cool machine, guys. I just kind of wanted to show you the unboxing just because it's always good to see how everything comes. It comes in very well packaged. In just a few moments, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to get some shots pulled, and I want to show you how to use this machine. We'll get a little geeky, y'all, but this is a really cool one. I'm digging it because it's all about getting at that certain price point. One of the things that I've shared before on my channel is for a long time I thought I had to have this huge, expensive Italian machine to make really good espresso at home, but that's not true. You have something like this, you can really do some good stuff. Now, remember when you're taking this out to kind of prime it and remove the red plug there, because you definitely, that's going to stop your espresso fun. So make sure you do that. When inside the box, you're going to get all the little tools you're going to need. This thing is set and good to go. Let's get right into it.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Tony, and you are watching Faith and Coffee Bean. Hey guys, I wanted to go ahead and do this review on this really budget compact machine, just because I think it's really cool. And there's a lot of folks who are kind of getting into coffee for the first time, and they're getting espresso curious. And I really like when companies make something that's super affordable. And Neretva, I have done reviews on some of their stuff before, and I definitely recommend them. They're really awesome. I have one of the machines I really love, a 58 millimeter. This is really a budget powerhouse. When it comes to price point, this is right around $100. I've actually seen this on discount for sometimes less. So Neretva just, if for full disclosure, sent this out to me for review. This is definitely not a paid promotion. They don't get to give an opinion on anything I'm doing. All opinions are my own. And guys, I'm just super excited because I also really just like to show everyone who is following me and subscribe to my channel kind of options that are both high and low. I think one of the hardest things about coffee is that a lot of us who start kind of going through the coffee rabbit hole get really fixated on, the high end, very expensive gear. And I'm going to be really honest with you. One of the major reasons why for years I didn't make espresso at home, I did a lot of pour over, I did a lot of AeroPress, I used my hand grinder, all that good stuff, was because I always kind of felt that espresso was kind of unattainable, that I really needed to have an Italian machine, a dual boiler. After working in college, as a barista and all that stuff, I just, I don't know what was with me. And the truth is, guys, for a long time, I just, for 20 some years, I made great coffee at home, but it wasn't espresso. And that's silly. I wish I would have bought something like this back then. So enough of that. Let's kind of get into it. I showed you guys the unboxing, but let's turn this on. I'm going to definitely say a little bit of the elephant in the room. The footprint and design language of this kind of reminds me of a very popular compact 51 millimeter espresso machine that I have and love. So I'm just going to say this one is definitely like a cousin of another machine in a great way. So you have the outside of this is a like a stainless steel, basically got metal up top. This is a budget machine, but what I really like about it is I think that they kind of hit all the good areas. You have this really awesome, a big range of motion, steam one. This is not the the type of ones that you would see on the machines from like 5 years ago at this price point. You know, it's not the Panarello. It's a full size. You know, basically, if you I don't make a lot of milk, but you know, if you had your steam milk right there, it's full size. So that is definitely really good. It is PID controlled. You can see the temperature right here. This button and this button are basically your volumetrics. A one tap here will start your 1 cup. Your 2 cup is right here. You could always, I will probably use this more manual. I don't see a manual mode. You do have your steam over here and your steam on to the right. So pretty awesome. I really love that there's the metal feet, excuse me, the the rubberized suction cup feet really help out. And then I'm so shocked that they actually sent this really cool dosing ring. It seems like something that Tom's Coffee Corner would have 3D printed himself. It's this really cool 3D printed little, you basically coffee dosing ring that I'm always like, whoa, it's so cool. It kind of reminds me of that. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and let's just pull a regular shot with what comes with it first, and then we'll do a bottomless. So with this unit, you basically have your standard budget plastic portafilter handle. Nice, shiny on the bottom. You hear that shake. And let me go ahead and open this up just so you can see the inside. This is, everything is the stock that comes with it. So let's get this open here using another basket is the trick. There we go. So stock, you're going to get the pressurized basket. Now, you all know, anybody who watches my channel, that I don't really use these. And but every now and then I do get someone who's kind of getting into espresso ask me about it. And I don't think there's anything wrong, especially as a beginner, if you don't have a really good grinder, you know, and you're buying pre-ground. We'll talk about that later. I don't think it's necessarily a bad option. Inside, you have a plastic bottom with like a filter mesh that does your double distribution. So yeah, very, very standard budget style portafilter. And you know what, guys, for this price point, that's okay. I'm not going to say anything wrong about that. The folks I would have in mind for this would be, if I was going to give this as a gift, I think this is totally a gorgeous machine. It is a basically thermoblock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run one little shot of water. So we're going to get that. We're going to get everything primed up. It's the first time me using this. I'm also going to do that to heat the portafilter. And that's what I definitely recommend every time you do it. You can see the pressurized. It's taking, there's no really resistance. There's pressure that's being built up in here. So we're going to get that heated up. We're going to ground some coarse espresso. And we're going to kind of mimic if you got store-bought espresso. And then we're going to pull a shot with just this one. And then I'm going to move over to my bottomless and make kind of more of that advanced style. So let's see here. Let's go ahead. Let's measure out some beans. In the basket, it's going to be anywhere from 16 to 18 grams that you're going to get. I'm going to use some of my son's very inexpensive beans here. This is the 8 o'clock, you know, owned by Mr. Juan Valdez himself. So these are very, very cheap beans. I let my son use these sometimes, and sometimes I'll buy this to season some of my grinders, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull about, I want to say today, I want to get about, like I said, it says 16 to 18. I'm going to do about 17, just because I don't want to push this basket, and I know it's going to be a pressurized basket anyway. So let's take this first shot. I love to do reviews like this first thing in the morning. I have not had any coffee, so I need my caffeine. So any way this comes out, I'm probably going to enjoy it. So I'm all good with that. You know, Daddy needs his caffeine. You know the way it goes, guys. All right, so let's go ahead let me dump the water here. And there's definitely a lot of clearance right here, which is nice. And let's do a little RDT for fun, because I'm always one of those folks that says keep with good habits. I'm going to be using my new Hanyu grinder. And like I said, I'm going to do it a little more coarse than I normally would, just because, again, I know that this is a pressurized system. So this should make very quick work of these beans. So again, this is going to be, if you're going to buy store-bought grounds, pre-ground, from the supermarket, definitely commodity style beans, you're going to be okay. Especially, if you've got a friend or family you're getting this for, totally going to be fine using the pressurized. And they're like, I'm going to show you guys right here. One of the reasons why I went with that lower dose is, if you could see that basket is pretty shallow. Yeah, I really do think it's super important that when it comes to coffee, we are approachable, and it's fun to have coffee as a hobby, but it's also kind of fun to get a very budget machine and make some really cool, shots from it and get people really excited about coffee. One of my favorites that I've used before is the DeLonghi ECP. A lot of folks use the Dedica. Big shout out to Dedica fans. Oh, I thought I had mine. Yeah, there's a big following for Dedica fans. Most folks, they're going to use this. They're probably not going to do WDT and all that, but I do love that they have this dosing ring in here, just because I know it's going to get done. And guys, I'm not going to do my regular distribution, just doing some WDT here. And then they do give, of course, the included, plastic tamper. And for this today, we could probably use it just because, like I said, this is the pressurized. I'm going to use a regular tamper just because I have it available. Yeah, look at that. Way overfilled. Way overfilled. Yeah, let me knock some of this out. Yeah, that's user errors. That's not the system in any way. There we go. Let's give it a little tamp. Yeah, for a two dose basket, that's pretty small. I kind of had it. I had that feeling when I looked at it. Okay, let's go and get this loaded in, and we're gonna have it at the 198, which is the highest setting. And let's go ahead and pull our first double shot. All right, guys, first double shot for the day. Let's go ahead. Now that I look at it, I'm thinking, hey, I need a scale. So I'm going to put a scale under there. And it's also just kind of showing the clearance. Yeah, this is pretty much the same room as like I have in my high brew. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and pull that shot. Hitting the double. Nice. It's going to be Crema City because it's pressurized. I'm going to stop it right there. 37. Look at all that crema, guys. Oh my goodness. Yes, I knew that it was going to be like that. Again, this is that pressurized system. Use these pressurized bags. That's what, baskets. That's what happens. So there we go. There is your crema. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. All right, let's give this a little just test on the refractometer, a little taste, and then we'll go in that lower advancement. Wow, look at all that crema. Oh my goodness. You need a confidence booster. You pull some pressurized. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, guys. Let's see where we're at. Now, this was 37 grams. When it comes to, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Let me show you what the numbers don't lie. So this is basically where we're at, 5.94. So 5.94, not in the espresso zone. Usually 8 to 12 would be espresso zone, and that's okay. That's kind of what I thought. Yeah, let's go ahead and give us a little taste. First, coffee of the day. Okay, if I could go back in time and I could talk to my high school self who had never worked in a cafe, my first espresso machine was one of those mocha pot style machines. You know, if you know, they usually run about 20, 30 bucks these days. Got it at Target, was super excited. It literally was like, and oh man, I shouldn't even say it like this, but I felt like I was so impressed with myself. That's what this kind of reminds me of. And again, it's not a knock on the machine. I actually think this machine has really good bones. I think it just kind of comes down to the basket. You know, if you were going to get this for a college student and you, like I said, they're going to use pre-ground coffee, they're going to pull that shot, they're going to get that crema, and they're going to enjoy it. So I do not think in any way I'm going to take all the coffee snob out of me, and I'm just going to tell you from pure enjoyment and ease of use, awesome. Right out of the box, awesome. You know, you have a good machine. It's got PID control. It's got pre-infusion. Basically, everything you do need. And just the fact alone that it's PID control really just makes a big difference, guys. So I'm going to tell you right now, I think this is a win. But let's go ahead and do a bottomless shot. I'm going to do a bottomless shot with an IMS basket, and I'm going to show you a little bit different, of course. I think you're going to be pretty happy with the results. All right, let's go ahead and clean this portafilter. So just very simple. Here is how the puck looks. No puck screen. Give it a simple tap. Nice and clean. So yeah, again, pretty cool, pretty easy. Like I said, portafilter wise, guys, this is a budget machine. So, you know, my theory is that if this was going to be a secondary machine for someone who I would say is more advanced coffee person, and you wanted to have a machine in your office, I think this would be a pretty good one as well. So, but I definitely know that if you are a coffee geek like me, you're going to definitely want to put in a new basket and all that good stuff. So I have a 3-eared portafilter that I use all the time, and I am going to grab, you can use the big boy baskets, like your 4-shot baskets. You can use your IMS baskets. It's pretty much does everything. It's dealer's choice. There's a 4-shot basket, which if you want to create the soup, you can. You know, that's pretty awesome. I am going to be using one of my favorite 51 millimeter baskets. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit because I just used it on one of my other videos. This is my IMS basket from Italy. Very Barista has this on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. I'm a huge fan of Very Barista. They are the official importer of IMS here in the States and Canada, I believe. So really awesome basket, precision basket. This is a true 18-gram basket, so I know I'm going to be able to fit 18 grams in here. Let's take the big boy away. Let's go ahead and pop that in. And we will run a shot of water just to get it nice and hot. But before I do that, I am going to add my puck screen in here to get puck screen hot at the same time. So this will be a family of stuff getting hot. Let's go ahead and put some water. Today, I am going to be pulling Good as Gold, brand new, never opened this bag, just got it, was just roasted last month. This is their Fair Trade Mexican Chiapas. And guys, this is one of my absolute favorite brewers, roasters, and favorite particular beans that they do. I love the Chiapas area. I love the way the coffee just tastes. I am from Southern California originally, and I don't know if it's my heritage or my ancestors that are like, son, this is your coffee. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I really love what they do, and this is my favorite of everything they do is their Chiapas. So, Good as Gold, if you're listening, Chiapas is my favorite. Brand new fresh bag. All right, we got our fresh bag of coffee opened up. let's go ahead and measure out our beans and then figure out where we're going to get those, what size we're going to use today. So I am stoked. I've been waiting to get one of, oh, they smell so good. I'm telling you, it might be my imagination, but when I smell these beans, I get a hint of cinnamon in my abuelita. Yes, it could be my imagination, but I love the way they smell. Very chocolatey. Like there is a little bit of a hint of that kind of cinnamon touch to it, even though I doubt there's any cinnamon in here. It's just the flavor notes. Y'all, this is delicious. I wish I could send you guys the smell right now. Oh, going a little bit over. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm very excited to use my Hanyu grinder. It has an HU style burrs, so that's definitely more espresso forward. Let's go ahead and get this started, running at about 1,000 RPM. Let's do some WDT, excuse me, some RDT. And guys, every now and then I get someone asking me what's RDT, what's WDT. So RDT stands for Ross Droplet Technique, and that's that technique of adding in a little bit of water to help reduce that retention level. Basically what it is that the grounds will stick together and they won't clump as much, so that's really cool. WDT is Wise Distribution Technique, and it's a gentleman scientist, I believe, very smart person, some PhD, who made this wonderful technique that we all use kind of in modern espresso today. Definitely look it up. But yeah, if you guys ever have questions like that, if there's anything that I'm doing that you have questions on, really ask me all the time. I love answering your questions. The truth is, if y'all are thinking it, it just helps me because it makes me think about stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and ground these up. There might need to be a little bit of dialing in, so I will say that. Might need to be a little bit of dialing in. It smells so good. Oh my goodness. Nice. The Hanyu grinder I have has about a 20-second limit, so sometimes I need to run it a little bit more, depending on how fine I'm going. Got everything nice and hot. All right, and then again, here's the cool dosing ring they include, so that's pretty awesome. And that definitely fits my Bottomless. Nice. Okay. Let's do some WDT. Hey guys, and if you have a secret tip when it comes to your puck prep, let me know in the comments below, because honestly, I'm always looking for a good suggestion or a good kind of trick to have up my sleeve. And I really do believe in sharing that information with folks, and it's another reason why I started my YouTube channel, is that I think it's a good place to kind of create that sense of community. And I've had a couple of you answer questions from other viewers, and to me, that's the stuff that I geek out about. I really like it when folks do that, because it just shows that y'all really care. And I really find that, especially the coffee community, is one that I love. And one of the things I love the most is when people kind of hang out and talk to each other about stuff. So I'm using my distributor. This is the iCap distributor, 51 millimeter V6 distributor. It's like butter. There we go. I love that thing. Let's make sure it's nice and clean. And I'm going to hit it with my iCap force impact. I need to recalibrate a little bit, but it's doing the job. Okay. Let's go ahead and add in the puck screen up top, and we will see how we did. Okay, let's go ahead and pull the shot. Again, I'm going to hit the double button, but I'll probably stop it right about 30. So you definitely have your pre-infusion. I like that there's a counter right up here. Nice. Coming a little bit faster than what I like, but like I said, I might have to dial that in a tiny bit. 25 and 23. There we go. Let's stop it right. It's going to go a little bit higher. 36 in about 30 some seconds. So not too bad as far as time wise. So I'll take that. Like I mentioned, I might have to kind of dial it in a tiny bit, but I'm okay with that. All right, let's go ahead and test this out. I'm already liking what I'm seeing. You know, there's that point in coffee where you're just like, oh, I can't complain about that. That looks good. And I'm telling you, I think this looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it, y'all. Big time. All right, guys. So 10.87, not bad at all. I mean, espresso range, you got 8 to 12. Definitely good. Let's give it a little shake here. Got some good crema. These are fresh beans that were roasted last month. Let's give it a little taste. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that is good. Man, I cannot wait to test this grinder versus the other grinder. This is the HU versus the multi-purpose. Y'all, oh my goodness, this is delicious. Oh, that is a plus. Okay, so I could go ahead and fine tune this a little bit more, but for the purpose of doing this review, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this thing is a rock star in my opinion, especially when it comes to that dollar value. For getting an espresso machine that's PID controlled, has pre-infusion, it basically kind of has everything, the heart and soul of other high-end compact machines. I think this is a total win, price-wise. Because I do know that with the machine that I have in my mind, you can change a couple other features, and it does have the gauge for the pressure, but you're talking about almost double the price. So that's awesome. If this was my first machine, so if I could go back in time, like I mentioned, back when I was in high school, making my own machine in my parents' house, using my own espresso machine, I think my mind would have been blown. I think sometimes, especially those of us who are into the coffee hobby, we kind of get so into the bells and whistles and everything that we kind of forget it's good to go back to basics. And I'm telling you, if I needed a secondary machine for my office, if I was going to be buying this as a gift, this thing rocks. There's no other way to say it. Price-wise, it's awesome. Jumping in espresso for the first time, want to get your feet wet, don't want to break the bank, total win. I'm going to call this good for sure, guys. So definitely recommend it. If you're looking for a budget beast, this is a budget beast. And yeah, super cool. Hey guys, I really appreciate you watching. Make sure you're like and subscribe. I've had a lot of new subscribers lately, and I want to tell you guys I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. I do this because of y'all. And the more that y'all subscribe, the more I have folks like Neretva who reach out to me to do reviews like this. It is only possible for me to do this because of you all. So I just want to say a big thank you to you and how much I appreciate you. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Let me know your questions. Feel free to click on any link you see. All Amazon links are affiliate links. They help me buy beans like this. Small percentage goes back to us. You never pay any more. So it does really help out the channel. So that's much appreciated, much loved. And y'all rock. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. If you want to DM me and geek out with me or reach out to me on any of my posts on my YouTube channel, please do, guys, because that is the reason why I do this. I don't say this often. I have a full-time day job. I'm not a big YouTuber. This is my passion project, and I really do this to hang out with y'all. So I definitely appreciate you, and keep rocking, making some good coffee.